Alright, so in today's video of the course, I'm really going to dive into the spreadsheet, which is kind of like the backbone of this course. Basically, super high level view here. You have, your hormones, you have your training. There's so many variables at play when you're trying to change your body's composition. The one variable that you have complete control over is the macronutrients in the food you're taking in. You can know with certainty what you're putting into your body. And that's the whole point of this course and this spreadsheet, is to be able to really hone in and fine tune that so you can capitalize on it, get more in tune with your body and what you respond well to, and then just leverage that to get the best results for you as an individual.
We're going to start here with the title page. It consists of 5 primary sections. So we're just going to kind of do a quick brief overview of each section today. The title page, basically we'll be inputting information in here, and I'll walk you through how to do that on the title page specific video. Moving on to onboarding. Onboarding is if you need to basically reset your metabolism at a higher caloric intake, and this walks you through all of that. The first phase, which is one of the 3 primary phases, basically we're figuring out and calculating your protein and your fat thresholds. You're going to be at a pretty low carbohydrate intake throughout the entirety of this course, but this specific phase is designed to figure out what your individual protein and fat thresholds are, because everybody's going to be a little bit different. There's some pre-populated values as you plug in your numbers that kind of guide you on the right track, but this is all totally customizable to fit your needs. Once you figure out your thresholds, you move to phase 2, which is all about tapering your macros. So now that you've figured out your protein threshold, you've figured out your fat threshold, you see what your body responds well to. The primary goal of this phase is to taper those macros, apply enough pressure to force your body to adapt. That adaptation takes the form of fat loss. By the way, throughout each of these phases, there are going to be several pie charts that will populate with the data that you put in, as well as if you scroll to the bottom, you'll be able to see graphs and charts that illustrate your weight loss trends and just different visual information points there. So once you taper your macros, you're kind of nearing the end of this course. You move on to phase 3, which is the home stretch phase. And this basically has primary goal being to introduce keto caloric refeeds to help kind of jumpstart your metabolism, kind of push to the next level. Your body's going to be at a lot of pressure throughout the first 2 phases with the tapering of macros. So this phase with the introduction of caloric refeeds is all designed to kind of give you a boost, kind of reset you both physically and psychologically, and go through there and kind of polish. Basically, the bulk of the course is going to take place in phase 2. This phase is kind of just for the polish phase. We move on to the offboarding. You've been through the course, you've calculated your protein and fat thresholds, you've tapered your macros, you've gone through the keto caloric refeeds. Now it's all about making this sustainable and kind of resetting it to start off at a better place next time. This course grows with you, which is kind of the beauty of it. But basically in this phase, we teach you how to use the keto caloric refeeds that you introduced in phase 3 along with your weekly macros to basically invert that relationship and reset your body at a higher metabolism, at a higher caloric intake, so that you can make this more sustainable long term. After the offboarding phase, we just have like a subset phase here. You can just track your measurements. I'm all about taking measurements, having a pulse on what your body fat percentage is, having a pulse on what your strength stats are. This scale alone is not a really good determining factor of progress in itself, so any outside data you can bring in, that's what this page is all designed for. Basically, it just makes it simple to monitor the data that you're collecting over the entirety of this course and make sure everything is moving in the right direction. And that is basically a quick overview of the course. Now let's jump back to the title page and walk through the details. As always, ladies and gents, this course is an evolving course. It's changing as we get more information. It's adapting and evolving as we grow with it. So if there's any questions or concerns you may have, feel free to head over to the forums on deeperstateketo.com. Plug in your concerns, ask your questions, and we will happily dive into those and improve this course with any information that we get going forward.